Welcome back, everybody, and we're getting the heck out of here. So we just started up, and yeah, the timer does not stop in menus. So you have got to get the heck out of here, and if you have to do any sort of healing or inventory management during the sequence, do it fast, because timer don't stop for nothing. Not even in battles, menus, nothing. Speaking of battles, I'm gonna have to fight one in the middle of the escape sequence. Go figure. Probably gonna, ooh, this is even better. I got a preemptive attack. So they'll go down very quickly. See, but as you saw with the attack power of Barret, he's actually on the same power level now as Cloud, as mentioned before. Now that we got the what is it, the assault rifle or the I can't even remember what I equipped on him already. But yes, you need to rescue Jessie. Her leg got stuck. I mean, I think you can go further on, but without the help of her, you have to be sent back to go grab Jessie, and that's wasting time. And I think that's the biggest time waster right now, is not saving Jessie first off. So make sure you do that, because I think she's the one with the code to get out of this next section. Nope. Nope, I need to go up. So yeah, look how much you had to go before you had to realize you need Jessie. You have to go through this whole section, which would probably get you maybe 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 battles, which is like 5 minutes right there. Yeah, don't forget Jessie. Make sure you get her leg unstuck as soon as possible, or you probably will be running up on the last couple seconds of the sequence. These enemies are such fodder. I mean, you don't really need any other any skills. You need nothing, actually. Just plain old attack. You don't have any sort of talking on the way up, because who has time to talk when the timer's ticking? Not like, classic action movies where they're running away from the bomb and they're still having a nice conversation. Yeah, so Biggs doesn't have the code. Jessie does. This is where you would realize you need Jessie. And waste more time going back for her. But Biggs has the code for the next door. Get the heck out of here, everybody! Let's go! Yeah, at this point it's all taken care of for you. Oh, I think you gotta save her again. She got tripped. Ooh, yeah! Mission complete, everybody! Everybody lost power now. A lot of people are just going, oh my gosh, my TV set turned off. Now how will I know what the news is? Oh, they're going about it all the wrong way. They're taking out the small fry and not going after the big ones. In the grand scheme of things, Avalanche is just a small little ant pecking away at a larger animal at this point. I guess his butt's supposed to be on fire, but I guess graphics at the time weren't able to depict that, so they did it with movement. It'd be kind of funny in the HD remake if you actually get to see his butt on fire. That would be really funny. So, yeah, this is the first time Cloud will meet Eris, whatever. The Flower Girl! Right near Loveless, too, by the way. She hasn't moved since the beginning of the game! She has not moved one bit. She's just kind of standing there selling her flowers. Now, when I first played this game, I didn't know how important she'd be or how important these decisions were. So I pretty much was thinking about her safety, and I said, hey, you better get out of here. She's like, oh, okay. But no, you're supposed to just kind of pick up on her. You're like, hey there. That's actually the proper response, is picking up on her and like, hey, I see you got some flowers there. And go buy one. That gives you the most bonus points for her date scene later in the game. I made the wrong decision first off when I first played this. I was thinking about safety. Safety first, everybody. Not about relationships. Don't be fooled by Shinra. Mac energy doesn't last forever. Mac it. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's propaganda. Okay. Now, if I could equip the Restore Materia, I would love to do it at this point, but you can't. Not until you explain it to Barret later in Sector 7. How to use Materia. Does that option open up to you in the menus? But if you want to get some extra AP and experience for your fire, or what is it? No, your bolt, lightning, Materia in the sword right now, you can fight all these enemies. You have a choice of escaping all of them, and that's certainly a good option to do if you're not comfortable with pressing attack over and over again. But there's just like literally no way you can die as long as you keep pressing attack. You don't even need potions. So the fact that he's not an item user and that I can still survive all 3 of these battles, yeah, this is pretty easy. So now we get to 3 guards instead of 2. This is rather boring overall, but it's good experience, and it's a form of grinding without actually grinding because it's part of the story. It's part of him being chased down as being a rebel renegade terrorist who just blew up this, what is it, the Sector 8? The Sector 8 reactor? I forgot which sector it was. I wouldn't imagine it'd be too far, but it looks like they're streaming all the way around the central hub of Midgard just to get to Sector 7. I guess that's a tactic to keep pursuers off our tail? I don't know. Who came up with this cockamamie plan anyway? We are introduced to the pincer attack. This is where the enemies are on either side of you, and if they happen to hit your backside, which that guard did, and which this guard will too, it actually does, I think, double the damage? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really matter. Cloud should have been dead long before this point, based on all the bullet holes in his body. Yep, he's dead. But RPG logic dictates we shall survive. But that's enough of battles. We are trapped. We have nowhere else to go. But what is that? We have heard a train horn. And this is the weird thing about Final Fantasy VII. It's got really good computer animated graphics videos and stuff, like movies, where the characters are hyper detailed compared to their pixelated forms. And then they have movies like this where, you know, they have Cloud just the same model, just a little bit more detailed as what these guys are looking like. It's just really funny, the difference in art styles even throughout the same game. I guess it was a way of saving memory at the time. And I guess it shows, because this is actually one of the longer RPGs for the PlayStation era. Final Fantasy VIII was actually pretty short if you think about it, and they had to spread it out over 4 discs because, you know, it was just so detailed, and they never really downgraded and upgraded the graphics throughout the game like they do here to save memory, I'm guessing. So I guess 9 was a little longer, and it was just as detailed. So I guess they reached some sort of compromise for detail and length of RPGs by the time they hit 9. Oh yes, you're damn right. This is when Squaresoft actually broke away from Nintendo, and they could use all the profanity they wanted in their games. It couldn't be censored anymore by Nintendo. So of course they used, you know, the S word and damn and hell and things like that, because they could now. Nintendo was no longer over their heads censoring them, and so I think they used their freedom in that respect to their utmost extent. And you'll see that more often. Barret's kind of a profane kind of guy with his words. Jesse. Ever the safety officer. I swear she's got a crush on Matthew there. Nope, yeah, I gotta jump. We'll be seeing this train a couple more times before we're done with Midgar. So right now, we're done with the exposition, just the action scene of the game. Now we're working on to just world building. They're trying to explain to the player, both visually and verbally through the characters' dialogue and interactions, where exactly you are and what type of city you're in. And up to this point, when Final Fantasy VII was released in 1997, let's talk to this hobo here. Make yourselves at home. This train's my house. I go where it goes. I sleep where it sleeps. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. But it's just an interesting city. Up to this point in RPGs, nothing this interesting as Midgar has ever been seen in games before. So it's such a new concept that, you know, you gotta have to not only explain it, but see it visually to get an idea of what Midgar is all about. Because that becomes supremely important, probably in about 6 or so episodes, roughly. I'm estimating. I don't know how long it's gonna be until I get there. When the upper plate and lower plates actually become an issue. So they're explaining it to you now how things work. So it's all good information. And it's great world building. So start with action first, get the player hooked into the game, and then slowly start delivering the information as they need it to explain the world around them. The number 1 reactor. So we're traveling all the way around all the plates, underneath them of course, to Sector 7. So yeah, the main support structure holds up the primary Shinra headquarters right above. You see there's like a top plate where all the rich people and the Shinra executives lives, and there's like bottom floor where the ground is. And then there's like high retaining walls that keep those plates up in the air, so people underneath those plates never see daylight, like practically ever. So it's like perpetual night, constantly, for anybody who's living in the dumps underneath the plates. Such an interesting concept for a city, and just a way to emphasize the class distinction between upper and lower class. It's really quite unique. So obviously we're underneath the plates, and you never really get to explore the upper plates at all in this game. You always just explore the slums. And Barret's just pretty much explaining to you in simpler terms what I just said. I guess you could call it floating. They're supported by pillars, each plate, 1 pillar apiece. So you know, if something happens with that pillar, what happens to the plate? That bleeping pizza! Like that's all in quotations there. Underneath the rotten pizza. I mean, Barney's heart is in the right place. He knows that something's not right with Shinra, and what they're doing is wrong. It's just, he's setting his sights too low. He's going about it the wrong way. He's attacking the result of all their work and not the cause. So it'll probably take most of the game to finally figure that out. Yep, and here's a very good movie visual of what they were just talking about in the jet. The train. Yep, there's the central pillar. And all the pillars supporting all the plates around it. Very unsettling scenery. Everybody off the train. Like everybody walks off and all of us just jump off like ninjas. Hwah! I'm so awesome, I don't need to walk off this train. I can jump down these stairs, I'm so great. Oh, I was like, what? Okay, I'm over here. Oh wait, I gotta move. Sorry. I gotta get closer to the action. That's why he wasn't doing anything. He's like talking. It's like he's talking to like little kids, like little children. A good leader you are not, Barney. You can talk to those two lovebirds by the light post. They say some funny things, but I won't do that right now. Ah, I'm gonna talk to this guy because he... Whoa, scared the heck out of him. Dude, what were you doing? But I'm talking to this guy mainly because he's going to show us the pillar that supports Sector 7. Doesn't seem like anything important right now. In fact, it's just another piece of world building, but it becomes a vital piece of world knowledge that that'll come into play a little bit later in the game. And the pillar we're talking about is not this mechanical pillar in the middle. It's actually that brown square-like pillar on the right side. That's what they're talking about. That's what's supporting the plate. You can come join me in my sessions. Maybe not. Alright, this seems like a good place to stop. We're going to quickly save the game, because now we get into some more story. We get to introduce to a couple more characters and everything, and I want to hold off on that for now. So, yeah, we're going to put a new save file here, swap back and forth between the two of them. And, yep, we'll continue on in Sector 7 and meet Tifa for the first time. So until next time, see y'all later. Bye now.